Hey folks, Mr. Long here. Wow, my face is really red with the low light conditions. My face isn't that red, by the way, folks. Anyway, here's a screencast for solving for the base in an exponential equation with a fairly simple real life context. Okay, so here's what we're going to do is we're going to assume that you're saving some money, and as you put money away, say you started with $5,000. And you're saving it for 6 years. You've put it into the stock market, into a mutual fund, into a education savings plan for if you've got a child later on in your life, and you end up with $7,934 after the 6 years. You need to figure out what the interest rate is, right? So you want to, that someone has told you the interest rate is this, you're just verifying, right? That's all. So the first thing we've got to do is set it up. And so we know the form of an exponential equation. Exponential equation is a times b to the x. Okay, a is the initial value, in this case, the y-intercept. B is the repeated multiplier, or the base, and x is the number of times something's been multiplied. So this is fairly straightforward. Start with $5,000. Okay, so we got $5,000. Anything yellow is where you substitute in numbers. We don't know what the base is. We're trying to figure that out. And then it's being multiplied repeatedly at a certain percentage for 6 straight years. So to the exponent of 6. And then over here is the final value. So what is it? That's the y value at the end, right? So 7,934. So I type that in. Enter. Now, what we need to do now is take a look at how we would solve this equation. Okay, so how do we go about solving this equation? Well, let's see. So it's 5,000 times by b to the 6 is $7,934. Now, what's nice about this is I set it up so that you don't actually have to do any work over here. It does it for you, but you have to tell the spreadsheet what to do with each line. So the first thing we need to do when we're solving this equation, remember we're isolating for b. You're isolating for b, not b to the 6. I want you to think through that too, right? So you've got 5,000 times b to the 6 is $7,934. First thing we want to do is to isolate b to the 6. Well, what's b to the 6 being multiplied by? It's being multiplied by 5,000. The inverse of that is to divide. So you go to your operations, you go down to where it shows divide. Okay, we're going to divide. Now then, another little thing that I built in here is the fact that it tells you whether or not you're correct. So we divided by, we're supposed to divide by 5,000. So if you notice operation, it says it's correct. Now, what if I put 2? If I put 2, it tells us right away that that is incorrect, okay? So the operation was correct, but the number you used wasn't correct. So let's look at dividing by 5,000 and see if that tells us it's correct. Oh, it is. Look at that. It's correct, okay? So now it comes down, and 5,000 divided by 5,000 is, there's nothing there. It's 1. And 7,934 divided by 5,000 is 1.5868. That's b to the 6. Now I need to undo that. Okay, so, and we're going to do that with rational exponents. We know we could take the 6th root, but the other thing I can do is the exponent of 1 over 6, right? Put the exponent of 1 over 6 on this. And then you have 6 times 1 over 6, which is 1. So what we're going to do is add, subtract, multiply, divide, exponent, exp. So we're going to put an exponent, and it's going to be 1 over 6, because 1 over 6 times 6 is 1. And look at that, correct and correct, we've got it. And it shows that b is then 1.08. So 1.08 to the exponent of 6 multiplied by 5,000 is our answer here. Now, what does that 1.08 mean? Well, the 1 is the original 5,000, and the 0.08 represents the growth every year, okay? It's called compound growth. And 0.08 is a percentage is 8%, right? 0.08 is 8%. So we know it's growing by 8% per year. Okay, 1.08. And if we go over, I believe I've put the answers there. Yep, so 8% is right. Okay, so you are correct. So that's the process for solving those. There's not that many there, another 5 or 6 of them to do. Again, rewind, pause, rewind, go through it again as you need to. And certainly see me for extra help if you need help as well. Have a great day.